Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 3 of Out Loud Honesty. My name is Lisa Freed, and I will be your host today and every episode. All right. So today the topic is, oh my gosh, I'm so terrified that I'm going to fuck it all up. Now, I don't know if you heard or not. I am hosting an amazing 5-day, 4-night Hawaiian retreat, March 26th to 30th. This year. And it's a Hawaiian retreat in Hawaii. What? And I wanted to give you a little bit of a story around it, because let me tell you, the trolls in my head can tell a whole lot of stories about this whole adventure. Last week, maybe the week before, I got thinking about it'd be really great to host a retreat. I love bringing people together. I love the energy of the weekend. And I love that so much. That's what I would like to do more of in 2018. And I got feeling around and trying to figure out where I could host one. And originally my thought was Saskatoon. Saskatoon felt really, really good about hosting it there. I love the city. I have support there. I have connections there. Everything feels really good about it. And when I first started, I applied at a couple of places to see whether or not they had availabilities, and their answers were no, I'm sorry, we're booked, should have planned earlier, blah, 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 blah. And they have never met me. I don't plan really far out in advance, so they were getting pretty good. The fact that I said, well, at that point, I was thinking out of February, so I had a month or so, month and a half, 6 weeks. Awesome, plenty of time, right? 6 weeks is kind of my sweet spot for planning. And I got no's, no. And my girlfriend, Jen, she was like, okay, well, let's do it out here, and we can do it at the farm, and there's plenty of space for people. We can connect, we can go outside, we can do all these different things. It'll be simple and awesome. And I had a lot of interest. Just even people asking me about it and wanting to come. So everything was lining up really easy. And then in meditation, I got the encouragement and a nudge to reach out to a person from Saskatoon to assist me in teaching part of the workshop. And I was so excited. I reached out to her. She was like, yeah, I want to talk to you. This will be so awesome. We started to have a conversation around it. And during that conversation, things got a little awkward. And it was around money. And money can be awkward. And it can be challenging to talk about money, whether it's with your parents, with your spouse, with your friends, or whether or not you're negotiating with an employer, or, you're having a sales conversation with a client. Money can be big, tough stuff. I know this because I would be freaking lying to you if I said that I didn't have an issue with it, right? I'd be lying. I totally do. I stumble all over myself. I fall over. I mess things up. I knock it out of the park. It goes back and forth all over the place, right? And this particular individual, I love her so much. I said, what would feel really good? And she started to give me a number, and then she asked how much I was charging, and then started to doubt whether or not the area the price could be filled. And there was just, she wasn't bringing anything unusual into the conversation. She was just being very transparent, and I could see it playing out. And that got me thinking, what feels off about this? Because does my price feel good? Yeah, price felt good. Location? Yeah, this feels good. Having her involved? Yeah, feels good. So why am I seeing a hold up sign, from the universe? And because there's lots of times where we want something and we already figured that we started to lay some of the groundwork. I had already talked to people about the retreat. I had already made arrangements with my girlfriend. I had already posted about it on social media. Who am I to think that I can hit the frickin' brakes right now, right? But something wasn't feeling good. It wasn't feeling exciting. Like, that zing. I wasn't feeling the zing, and I wasn't feeling super confident in it already. And that's not the person who allowed this beautiful transparent conversation around money to happen and allow those fears to come up. It wasn't, like, it's certainly not her fault. She was just the voice that brought it up. And I was like, okay, here's where I was lying to myself. I love retreats. I do. And I love to host them, and I love to have workshops, and I love to hang out with people, and all the things about it. I love how it comes together so awesomely. Yet, I wasn't stepping far enough outside of my comfort zone in order for it to feel like a leap. Okay? I was playing it safe, hedging my bets. I mean, my girlfriend, if I couldn't get things together, I could totally bail, right? And then I could go there that weekend, we'd still hang out, everything would be good. There'd be no loss there. I could refund money, I could run it with a small, teeny tiny group. There was no big stretch involved. And when I sat down and I asked myself, really, at the root, what is the issue? It was because for years, I've been telling myself I wanted to host a tropical retreat. And I thought of all the people that are doing it and how I want to do it. And how in some cases when I see the retreats that are being put on out there, I'm like, I can do it better. I don't know if you've ever been there. When you haven't leapt yourself, right? It's so easy to be the armchair quarterback, right? I can totally do it better. Look at way better. My stuff would be on point. Right? And, you kind of get that competition because you got nothing to lose. Like, you're still sitting on your ass eating cheesies, right? There's nothing to lose there. And yet I would never, ever make the leap myself. I would never say I'm going to host this tropical retreat. I'm putting myself out there until Wednesday. Wednesday is when I went, yeah, I want to do this tropical retreat. And I was talking to my bestie, Kimberly Lynn Pollard, and I know you've heard that name before, right? She says, what about Hawaii? You know people who own places in Hawaii? And I said, I do know people who own places in Hawaii. Their place is beautiful, won't work. And she's like, oh, okay. Where else do you want to have it? And I'm like, I don't know, Hawaii. And she's like, cool. And I literally said, I am going to message one person that I know very well, and I'm going to tell them I want to know information about where I could host a retreat. And if they said to me, if they message back, because we're on WhatsApp, right? Because who has real conversations, right? If they say Kauai, it's a sign. It's a sign. That is my green light from the universe. Okay, you got that, Kim? Kim's like, cool, yep. And as I'm talking to her, I'm scrolling through Facebook. Okay? We are talking like moments, like mere seconds. This same person that I messaged on WhatsApp posted something on Facebook. All right, are you ready for this? It was an article from Hawaii Magazine. It was a sign of Hawaii. And it said, are you ready for the caption that he wrote when he posted it? It's a sign. Who am I to mess with that, right? So I started to get really excited, terrified at the same place, right? Like excited, terrified, terrified, right? And I said, okay, I'm going to start looking for properties. And that's what I ended up doing. And then Wednesday night, I went to a speaker thing, made some really cool connections. I won Speaker of the Night. Yay! So if you're in Edmonton, February 21st, meet me in St. Albert because I get a 20-minute keynote bonus. Okay? Anyway. And if you're in the Edmonton area and you want to be a speaker, I've got a club for you. It's totally awesome. So I got the sign. I got the green light. I got lit up. And we left. Actually, I think that was Tuesday. That was Tuesday. And then Wednesday night I won. And then yesterday rolls around and I hadn't really done much, right? So now I'm 3 days in and I'm feeling really scared and really anxious. And I don't know how I'm going to make this investment in this retreat. I don't know how, right? And I'm literally bombarding myself with hows. And so I want you to know, like, you can talk yourself out of anything, unless you've had a lot of tequila. Good luck with that. Like, then you might be in trouble. And I was just so scared of doing this. And I looked at it and I thought, like, well, what's the worst that can happen if I choose the place, right? So earlier that day, I had sent Kim a picture or a link, and I was like, this one makes my stomach like, right? And I went on, I scrolled on, I looked at hundreds and hundreds of properties, and last night I made the decision, boom, this is it. This is the one. This is the one. It is peaceful. It's relaxing. It's going to allow us to really connect with our wants and our desires and give us permission to allow that to unpack and then unfold and blossom and expand from there, right? Which is the whole point of this retreat. It's got waterfalls on the property, has a swimming hole. It's like awesome. Pick the property. I came up with a plan for how I was going to fund it. I made the pitch. I got the approval for the pitch. And then a couple of cool things started to happen. I noticed that my property is guaranteed for 1 month. I can cancel without any penalties, any fees. So that's like a weight off, right? I've got a month to sell seats. I actually have more than a month to sell it out to sell it out. And I only need 50% of it down, right? Which is totally cool. So now even the obstacles that once I got my approval, any of the obstacles that I had in my mind were even being eliminated for me, right? And so I want to tell you today through this long story that I just told you about my retreat. It's the scariest part, and I've been skydiving before. The scariest part is, one, it's pretty freaking scary to get on the plane and they start to like spiral as you go up and you're doing the climb. That part's kind of scary. And when you're sliding on the bench, getting closer to the door, that gets a little scary, right? And when we are looking out, right, people can freeze and panic. But we totally feel okay. And Kyle Cease said this, Will Smith has said this. We feel totally safe once we've made the leap and we're hurtling 14,000 feet or 10,000 feet, depending on where you've jumped at, what height you've jumped at, towards the ground. So I want you to look at any of the jumps and the risks and stuff, the leaps that you can take in your life, the ones that light you up, that make your heart go, ah! Those are the ones that you want to move towards. Those are the ones that are going to have the juice, that are going to keep you going in order to get you to leap out of the plane. And God, Goddess, Source, Spirit, Universe is going to support you every step of the way. I've only shared with you a few of the things where I was fully freaking supported, where God was like, yeah, let me take care of that. Only 50% of your deposit? No problem. Got it. It's right there. Oh, 24 day or 1 month guarantee on your booking that you can get it refunded? No problem. I'll take care of that. Let me ease your mind. Let me introduce you to somebody that is going to make this easier for you. Boom. Done. Oh, and one of the coolest things, I was sitting there, I was scared, right? I was making this decision. I hadn't really talked to my husband about it, but I'm feeling really nervous. We're watching Family Feud during dinner. Guess what the name of the family was on Family Feud? Trust. Trust was literally their last name. Now, if that wasn't a sign from the big U saying, hey, remember, over here, whoa, get out of your head, pay attention, look around a little bit, I don't know what was. So I want to encourage you, take the leap. Now, if you're looking at taking a leap, get support for it, right? Get yourself a Kim, get yourself a Lisa, get yourself somebody that is going to want that's going to be with you every step of the way, that will hear your fear and then say, and, right? To allow you to move through that resistance, because the resistance comes up. And the only time resistance is painful is if we cling to it, right? If we can just watch it go on by, soon it's in our past, right? So I encourage you, take the leap. The thing that scares you, don't play it safe. Don't cut things down into small, little, itty bitty, teeny weeny, manageable pieces that don't feel at all fulfilling. And just kind of like, next time, this time. Give your soul this time. And watch what doors open for you, okay? Because I can tell you right now, even though I'm still in this place of like, holy shit, I'm scared. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Oh, I'm okay. And I'm trusting, right? One step in front of the next, one step in front of the next, one step in front of the next. Make the leap. Your wings will be built on the way down. If you're looking at doing this and you need support, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll cheerleader you, high five you all along the way. If you're needing more detailed support than that, let's talk. We can talk about that too. And I just know your soul loves to soar. Okay? And when we don't allow ourselves to say yes to those heart's desires, we just kind of walk around, putting in time, feeling dull, feeling lifeless, and we start looking at other things outside of us like they're going to bring us the fulfillment. It doesn't. It happens within. Okay? So, until next time, you know where to find me. Find me on Facebook, Lisa Freed. Make the Healthy Choice Pride Tea. That's how you spell it. Okay? Send me a friend request. Send me a message. Let me know. Comment in any of the links below. That's cool too. Do your soul a favor. Make the leap. All right? Until next time, I wish you a day as absolutely beautiful as you. I will be back for sure next week, maybe even sooner. And we'll talk again soon. So much love. Mwah. Bye for now, everyone. Make the leap!